I cannot believe how much all of this has changed in just such a short time. I had like 3 videos in the summer, and then it just died. And truth be known, I learned a hard lesson when it comes to trying to garden and vlog. It's not easy, not even close. Especially not when you have a large family, a lot of animals, the garden. It's just a lot to maintain. So I decided maybe it was a good time to share the fact that in the realm of an experimental gardener, this was my biggest failure maybe, was that I gave up and just stopped. This is the remnants of what it looks like when you stop gardening. And you just let it all go. It doesn't actually die, it just gets wildly out of control. My dream was to have a fall garden, and I did not plan in time for that to happen. I let everything go. Look at this over here is where I had all my greenery. And it is basically just lemon balm. Which is kind of funny because we talked so many times about that lemon balm and how it takes over. Well, it didn't give up. It's one thing that has persevered, which is kind of beautiful in its own little way. The last remaining trace of blueberry bushes. That's okay, they'll be back next year. They'll come back stronger and hardier than ever. Beautiful rose of Sharon, which has died and gone to seed already. The flowers were beautiful, but I failed at showing that in the garden. Everything is just pretty much gone. Sunflowers came and left. Pretty much the only thing I have left are my handful of peppers. All these tomatoes that I have to rip out. Like 6 plants that are left still semi-trying to produce. Some of them are actually astonishingly not doing too bad, considering they've been neglected. Peppers somehow are still going strong. Pretty amazing. Very neat too. And then my leaf gourds. Aren't going to do that actually. And that's pretty much all there is left. Oh my gosh. I don't even know where to start clearing out at this point. I guess anywhere, right? Well, let's do this. You can actually see the green bed again. Well, still a lot to go. It's so hard to see anything at this time of day. The sun has definitely shifted. It is fall for sure. There's so much to do. Definitely is a victim of that. This wild lemon balm, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's lemon balm. It's just everywhere, all over. So my kale died, and it's actually starting to come back. It's kind of cool, actually. Pretty neat. You can actually see a section now. It's pretty cool. You can see my lettuce marker there. Back in the spring when I started 6-7 months ago. I think I will definitely leave these little leftover kale that made it and see if they don't keep growing. And then I'll probably actually just plant some more around them. I think that would be fun to do. This darn lemon balm. Oh, it killed me. These are asparagus that got unnoticed. I'm gonna have to clip and hopefully we'll come back in the spring. It was supposed to be Brussels sprout. I got overtaken by pests. This poor, poor little green garden. Gosh, stalks for my sunflowers. That's crazy. I had one. I really wish I would took a video of it. I do have pictures. Maybe I can add in. But the stop for it is right here. This thing is so massive. You kick it, and it doesn't phase it. It's like a mini tree. The thing was huge. Getting a sneak peek of my gourds. I want to pick them so bad, but I don't think they're quite ready. Oh, they're so cool. Mr. Maybe the gourds. It feels so weird. Okay, back to work. Super cool. It was one that I got from In My Gardener. It had like little orange sunflowers on it, and the birds picked them out before I could get to it. But it was cool. Look how many heads that one had. Super cool. My poor lavender. It looks awful. Pretty little flower. But I'm sure that also has somewhat to do with the temperature drop and the season change. Really stinks to see it this dead. But I got her weeded up real good. I think I'll water her again just in case, because we do have some slightly warm temperatures coming up for a few days. But being mid-October almost, those aren't gonna last much longer. It's so bright, it's almost hard to film out here, but it doesn't usually frost here until later October. And we're supposed to have temps around like low 70s, upper 60s. And then at nights, it's gonna be like 40s. So the season change is beginning. It's not completely in full swing yet, but like we've had a couple nights where it dipped down to the upper 30s and it was very cold. So it has started to kill some things off. Most things in the garden are gone at this point. I think all I'm down to is like 2 flower plants, the gourds I showed you, a handful of tomatoes, which I will be pulling out, and then the peppers. That's pretty much all that has survived so far because it got so cold. Not a lot likes the cold around here. We do have a relatively decent gardening season here. We can pretty much garden from March till about now, pretty much October. But things start to teeter off in September, so we still get pretty good amount of time though. I mean, some places only get like 4 months, whereas we usually get a good 6 months of gardening, so that's a big plus. Didn't do extremely well this year with the garden, in all honesty. This is only my second garden, and we had a horrible frosts. I'm not sure if I had mentioned it. I'm sure I did in the videos from the beginning of the season, but we had 3 frosts that came in, and we only expected 1. So they killed. I had so much out here, so much, and it killed everything I had outside. It really sucked. I had to go to a local nursery and buy things, and I ended up not even liking them, so I gave up on the garden. I was just like, ugh, I don't even like these things. I left the tomatoes out. I did have my cucumbers for a while, but I pretty much gave up. So the moral to that story is, don't just give up. This thing's grabbing my hair. Don't just give up. It's definitely worth it to keep trying. I wish I would have, but that's okay. I can try again next year. And that's kind of the whole thought behind trying this winter garden, is we're just gonna try and see what happens. We're gonna have fun with it, why not? Just because we can. It's kind of shocking to see so late in the year. Oh, that is a honeybee. Oh, I can't zoom in anymore on that little guy. That is pretty shocking. Oh. It's so awesome. I do have some leftover okra. You can see how long it lasts. I'm not pulling it. I'm not pulling anything that's alive. And Brussels sprouts. These things are funky looking. The bigger they get. These look like pineapple something. Funky things. Really gotta get this ripped out too, to get some garlic and onion in it for spring. Totally different. This had rocks lined up on it before. Totally different now. Back to the green bed. Looking different, cleaned out. I believe it's time to tear out the lemon balm. So since this is an experimental garden, why not have some fun with it? So I thought maybe we could try an experiment over the next month. Still plant some greeneries that should make it over winter, that are rumored to make it over winter. And we'll just have some fun and experiment and see how they do. So let's get planting some greens. Before, but lemon balm is evasive. Please watch where you plant it, because I am finding it just everywhere. And don't get me wrong, it's a good thing to have. You can use it for so many things, teas, and I am thinking of trying to do some type of an essential oil. Oh my gosh, I think we just got a bird. Maybe not. But it is everywhere. I mean, it is just, look at that. Oh my gosh, be prepared. Any kind of mint you plant, it is going to rule. Here's the little Brussels sprouts I planted over here. Pests got to them too hardcore and they never became anything, so kind of stinks in a way. But at least I have those big ones over there that made it, so that's a plus. All right, starting from scratch. Now we can plant. I have things here that I could plant, but I need to try to be more selective. So, kale, it's not the same kale that I have here. I got a few things to try from In My Gardener because the things that I got from him did wonderful. I love his stuff, so. Oh, where's the other kale? There it is. This is the kale that I started there. Red Russian kale. So I want to plant some more of it just to go beside it. I'm going to let these continue to grow and see how long they make it. It's funny, I told myself I was only going to stay outside till 4. It's 4:36. As you can see, I have run out of daylight. Shady, shady garden. The sun is going down. So we'll have to continue this venture another day soon. But at least I got my kale started next to the kale that's already come back. And then I got some basil in. So we'll just see how it goes. This is nothing more than an experiment. I don't expect all these things to make it, but we'll get them all planted and see what we can make survive over winter. That's pretty much all I think I'm going to be able to pull up for today. So this is going to have to be a continued step-by-step process, I suppose, ripping out the garden.